Hello, Pamela Spence, medical herbalist here. These are my clinic notes for the week. It has been hot where I am, and a lot of thunderstorms around, a lot of change in the air. The children are going back to school here in Scotland, so there's transformation happening. People are starting to get back into their routine, having been in the can I call it the comfort of lockdown? I know it hasn't been comfortable, but there has been something secure about it. Um, we're looking at a time when people may be losing their jobs, when furlough ends, lots of change, lots and lots of change. And if you've been watching me for long enough, you'll know that I always say any change is stressful for the body, even when it's positive. It still it causes a stress, it causes a response, and it causes us to have to adapt. And when we're asked to adapt to lots of different things at once, that can bring up some issues for people in terms of disturbed sleep, or anxiety, or maybe you're one of those people who look completely calm and in control, but underneath, you're kind of paddling away. And in your case, for that constitutional type, it will quite often appear in slightly spiked blood pressure readings, that kind of thing. So it's important to just stop. A lot of people on calls with me this morning have been just taking a moment to just deeply breathe, and just to get a sense of where they are. And remember, we talked the other week about the fact that a lot of people decided they don't want to pick up all the things they were doing before lockdown happened, that life has changed, that we've realised we're not spending so much money on, lunches on the run and driving here and there, and that a lot of people have expressed a wish not to go back to that. So this is the time that we can make those changes. This is the time to hold those boundaries, and to think about what we do want to pick back up in our lives. So one patient I was talking to this morning, and I was saying, if you do have a garden, a really good way of doing this, if you have roses, excellent medicine for just taking a breath, getting a moment, coming to yourself, tuning into what it is that you want. It's also very good for helping you release anxiety, for making you feel comforted, for letting go of old hurts as well. It's really good for that. And so if you happen to have a garden, or you see a neighbour with roses in the garden, and you can, take the time to go out and literally smell the roses. Stop and smell the roses, and just spend that moment. So it will automatically calm your senses, slow your heart rate, give you just a moment to think, and then make your choices of all the different transformations going on at the moment from a place of calm and centeredness, keeping in mind what it is that you want to build in your life next, rather than doing it as a reactive thing, as we all jumping back on the hamster wheel. If you are feeling a little bit anxious, it's likely that your adrenals are working quite hard right now. So two ways that you can help them to be a bit more nourished, to do their job properly without that anxiety feeling. One of them would be cut the caffeine back if you can. You may need a cup of coffee in the morning to get you going. That is fine. But really try to make a different choice for your drinks through the day, especially if you're feeling jittery and anxious, because caffeine just causes your adrenal glands to pump adrenaline into your circulation, and it just heightens that feeling. It's not pleasant. And if you're someone who used to tolerate caffeine well but can't anymore, and you get the jitters, it's because your adrenals are overworked right now. So try to cut them back. As most of you know, I'm the Twinings expert herbalist. I'm the person that helps them build their functional blends so that they make sense from a herbalist point of view. There are other great brands out there. I don't get anything when you go and buy Twinings tea, but I do know that they've been properly put together. And so go and look at the teas in the herbal infusions aisle in the supermarket. Gone are the days of the disappointment of the dusty tea bag. There's loads of really great flavours out there for you to try. And try to find something around, Calm or something called Relax, or something that would be really good for you to drink and taste really great, but at the same time is not going to spike your adrenaline. And if you really do feel like you need a bit more help with that, with the adrenals, then there are herbs that are great for that. So one of my personal favorites is ashwagandha. Also, its Latin name is Withania somnifera. The clue is in the surname, so if you're having trouble sleeping, it will help you. It calms the adrenals down. When they're working too hard, it's a bit like, I imagine, like a great big volume dial on a stereo, and it's turned way too high. And what it helps to do is just turn that down a little bit. So you can get ashwagandha in lots of different products now. Always be very careful if you're buying over-the-counter medicines, particularly online if they're not from a reputable brand. Please take care, because you just don't know what you could be getting. But it is starting to crop up in some teas, herbal teas that you'll get in the supermarket, and it is starting to crop up in some sort of capsule form. So herbalists like myself, with my patients, I might include that in their medicine, but it would often be the basis of a medicine for someone who's feeling anxious, who's going through lots of change, who's maybe a bit sleep disturbed at the moment. So look out for ashwagandha. And you can buy the powder and you can stir it into a traditional way to take it, because it is an Ayurvedic herb, so coming from the herbal tradition of India. It's often taken in milk at the end of the day as a nighttime drink, and that can be really useful. So cutting down the caffeine, getting smart about what you do drink, what you do use your hot drinks for, looking at some herbs that would be calming, staying cool in this lovely weather, although I suspect it probably won't last for long. And just taking moments through the day to really check in with yourself and making sure that you are, wherever possible, making choices about what you do pick up now as life begins to come back out of lockdown, that what you do choose to pick up, you really do want to take forward. And for those of you who are going through difficult transitions in terms of employment and finances and things like that, rose is a great anchor. So coming back to rose, and even like rose oil as a perfume, rose water you can buy in the supermarket really cheaply. Just having that in a spritz and spraying it around you, so the aromas around you, the medicine of rose is in her scent. And so you can access that really easily. So I hope that that's been helpful. I hope that you've managed to enjoy some good weather wherever you are. If you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe and give me a thumbs up below. I do a lot of my work, a lot of my posts are over on Facebook, on my page there, Pamela Spence Herbalist, or on Instagram, the same, Pamela Spence Herbalist. And I have got a free guide to the herbs that you can start using in your herbal tea. So if you're in Facebook, go to the top of the page, it's the pinned post, and if you sign up for my email list, you'll be able to download it there. If you are on YouTube, it will be below in the comments. There'll be a link to it. I'm also going to be starting to send out more information around the online community that I'm launching at the end of this month, which will be for busy women who do too much and don't know how to stop. With these kind of tips, with teaching from me every month and a supportive community, and learning how to use herbs on a deeper level to really support your health. So I would love, if that speaks to you, drop me a message. I'd love to see you there. Take care.